Okay. This is math. Oh, what's this? This is math. CA term 1 week 10. Integration. Okay, integration. This is my favorite part about math, um, and I think it would be many people's favorite as well. It's very easy, but at the same time, it needs some thought. This is where you finally get into math. Okay, integration. نحن we took to derive f of x, it goes to f prime of x, right? How do you go from there? We derive. Let's say you want to go back. We say we anti-derive. In other words, we say we integrate. How do you integrate? Here's what you do. I'm going to give you a few definitions. They were just in the exam, as they were in the ILS, so you might need them. أول شيء, the integral sign is this. This is called the integral. Under the integral, you have a function. Let's call it, I don't know, f of x. Any function, right? When you integrate something, you have to say after it dx. Because when this d something, you're always going to have d something. This d something basically tells the person reading this that I'm integrating with respect to x. Like, مثلا, you can't say integral f of x dt. You can't say this. Or مثلا, we're going to do questions where you're working with acceleration and velocity. You can't say integral vt dx because you're integrating with respect to t, so you have to say dt. This is just a quick definition. You don't need these with solving, but of course in written parts, if you write this, يعني, if you write مثلا x cubed dt, يعني your paper is gonna get it's gonna get a big X. Okay, so because many people forget this, integrals can be definite and indefinite. For this week, we're not doing definite integrals. We're gonna do indefinite integrals. How do you integrate? It's the opposite of deriving, right? So let's say we had x to the power of n. If you derive it, it's going to become n x to the power of n minus 1. Let's say I want to go back. How do I do it? I add 1 to the exponent. So I add 1 to the exponent. And I have to get rid of this n, so I have to divide also by n, which is n plus 1. So and also divide by n plus 1. Let me show you an example. مثلا we have x squared. When you derive it, you get 2x. How do I go back? I have to add 1 to the exponent. So let's call the exponent n. I have to do n plus 1. And I also have to divide by 2, right? It needs to go to 1. And what am I dividing by? Again, n plus 1. So, the general rule for any integral, the integral of x to the power of n dx is equal to x to the power of n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c. If you don't write plus c, your whole question is wrong. You have to say plus c. Okay? Why plus c? Let's say مثلا I'm deriving 3x squared plus 5. Okay? If you derive it, you get 6x, right? Type. Now, and I derive, right? I derive. Let's say I want to go back. What do? I integrate. Right? I integrate. Type. Integrate 6x, integral 6x dx. You add 1 to the exponent, becomes 6. It's 6x to the power of 1. Add 1 and divide by the new exponent you just got, 1 plus 1. So you get what? 6x squared over 2, which becomes 3x squared. We're going to say, oh shit, you're missing something. There's this plus 5. This constant is lost when you derive. So when you integrate, you have to write plus c to basically tell the person that, oh, there's actually a constant here. Sometimes the constant might be 0, but you still have to write the plus c. Okay? And you can find the constant later. We'll show you later. Fine. So the general rule for any integral is x to the power of n plus 1 over n plus 1. So integral x squared, this is the easiest one, dx is going to be x cubed over 3. How I like to do it, I don't write n plus 1, n plus 1. Sorry, I just add 1 to the exponent, and then I divide by my new exponent. Okay? Plus c. Okay. Type. How about, let's say, integral 5x squared dx. Here, many students will get confused. They do 2 times 5. I don't know, whatever. Anytime you have something multiplied by a number, leave that something until the end. Put it on the side, and then just integrate. Let's get rid of the 5. Leave it to the end. X squared integrated x cubed over 3. So you get, it's going to be 5x cubed 5 over 3 x cubed plus c. How about, let's say you have integral x minus 1, x plus 2, dx. You foil it and distribute. You're gonna get x squared, 1 times 2x, no, I think it's 3x actually, minus 1x, minus, minus x squared minus x, I think. X squared, 2x, minus 1, yeah, minus x, plus x, and then you have minus 2. So you can get this. Now you have to integrate this. How would you integrate this? You're going to split it up into parts. We have a rule. Integral a plus b plus c is equal to integral a plus integral b plus integral c. Okay, so in other words, you can just integrate it one by one. What's integral of x squared? X cubed over 3. You can put plus c, but at the end we're going to put plus c for all of them. Okay, integral of x, add 1 to the exponent, it becomes squared and divide by your new exponent. 2. Here's the thing. Now we know that the derivative of any number is 0. However, the derivative of any constant, let's say 5, as the integral of any constant is going to be, add 1 to the exponent. 5 is the same as 5x to the power of 0. Because you know anything to the power of 0 is 1. 5x to the power of 0 is actually 5 times 1. Whenever you have a constant, it's just 5x to the power of 0. So, okay, add 1 to the exponent, becomes 5x to the power of 1. Divide by your new exponent, 1. So you get 5x. So that's why we made a rule. The integral of any constant number is just going to be the constant number times whatever you're integrating with respect to 5x. If it was 5 dt, it would be 5t. If it was 5 dy, it would be 5y. Okay, but in this case, we're integrating with respect to x. So what's it going to be? Minus 2. Just add an x. What are we forgetting? Plus c. This is the simple integration. Now, we're going to do something called U-substitution. Many teachers explain this in a way that I don't like at all. And the reason they're doing this is because they don't want to confuse you. In my opinion, it's simpler to do the way I'm about to show you, because not only will it help you now, it's also going to help you in grade 12. Because you're going to do a shit ton of U-substitution, even until the end of the year. In grade 11, you're going to do a lot of U-substitution. U-substitution, how does it work? Let's say I have integral x to the power of 3 plus 3 dx. We know how to integrate. This becomes x to the power 4 over 4 plus 3x plus c. Simple, right? طيب, let's say I change this into this. طيب. نحن, what rule do we know for integration? It's x to the power of n dx, right? Do I have that here? Was my rule x to the power of n plus b? Or no, was my rule, sorry, x plus b to the power of n dx? Was this my rule? No, right? So when you have anything with an exponent, and it's a binomial or polynomial or more than one thing under the exponent, you must use U-substitution. Now, what's the rule we know for integrating? We know a rule, it's one thing to the power of something. This is the only rule we know. So I have to somehow manipulate this integral to change it into one thing under the exponent. Here's how you do it. You follow these steps. U-substitution. We take a variable u and we call it whatever you have under the exponent. Okay, what do we have under the exponent? X cubed plus 3. Follow my steps carefully. Okay, and you want now this x cubed plus 3, you need to find what we call du. Du basically means derive it. نحنا, let's say we have, let's go back to our deriving. If you derive this, what do you get? You get du over dx, right? Because you're deriving u with respect to x, and you get x squared, right? So I'm going to get du over dx is going to be x squared. What I like to write, and I just memorized it, is I always write it like this. Du over dx, sorry, let me show you why I write it like this. If you cross multiply, you're going to get du is x squared dx, right? In other words, dx is equal, take x squared to the other side, du over x squared. This is a rule you can memorize. Dx is always du over u prime being the derivative. Okay? Let me show you. So for this example here, and I write it like this. I say du is equal to, what's my derivative here? X squared dx. And then I write under it, if I just take x squared to the other side, dx is equal du over x squared. Follow these steps. Set u to your polynomial under the power. Then find du. Always say du equals, this is the rule. Du is u prime dx. Okay? Du is u prime dx. And what would dx be? Just du over u prime, which is in this case du over x squared. Okay. Now can I change this? Of course I can. We said u is x cubed plus 3. So I can actually change this into u to the power of 5. And you can't keep it as dx, since now I'm working with u. I have to change it into du. I have to change dx into du. What's my relationship between dx and du? It's du over x squared. So instead of dx, what am I going to write? Du over x squared. Now, can I derive this? Of course I can. I mean, integrate. Actually, Anna, I gave you a very bad example. Yeah, I gave you a very, very bad example. Instead of x cubed plus 3, I'll put x plus 3. Okay, I'll put x plus 3 because it's going to make the question way easier. If it was x plus 3, then the derivative would just be 1. So I'll just put du over, oh no, let's call it 2x plus 3. Yeah, 2x plus 3 would make it a bit more interesting. 2x plus 3, so the derivative would be 2. So you say du equals derivative times dx. It would be du, take 2 to the other side, over 2. So instead of dx, what do I put? Du over 2. Now can you integrate this? Yes. Whenever I have it like this, always, like I told you guys, if you have anything being multiplied inside the integral, don't get confused, don't allow it to mix you up. Just take it outside. This, I have over 2. So I'm just going to take the 1 over 2 outside and integrate normally. So it's going to be 1 over 2 times the integral of u to the power of 5 du. What's the integral of u to the power of 5 du? Now, do I have it? Does it look like my rule? What is my rule? Something to the power of something, d that, right? Does it look like that? I have something to the power of something. Yes. So now I can actually integrate it, right? It can follow my general term rule. I don't have a sum now under a power. I don't have that. So u to the power of 5 integrated, what's going to be? Add on to the exponent, u to the power of 6, over the new power, u to the power of 6. I'll say 6, and you put plus c. Maybe you're multiplying, huh? So you get 1 over 12, u to the power of 6 plus c. Many students leave it here and they get it wrong. What is u? U is 2x plus 3. So I have to go back now and substitute u with what? 2x plus 3. And it's to the power of 6. So to the power of 6 plus c. So this is your integral. You can also use U-substitution to cancel. Let's say I have integral x and then x squared plus 5 to the power of 6 dx. If you remember earlier in this example here, I foiled it, I distributed. But here, are you going to expand power 6? Remember when we expanded, you'd have to do n and c up until 6 وما بعرف شو. We're not going to do all that, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use U-substitution because you can cancel out this x. Anytime you see these, you can use U-substitution. Again, what are our steps? Set u to be what's under the polynomial, x squared plus 5. What's du? It's always u prime dx, right? What's u prime? 2x. Because you derive this, you get 2x, and you say dx. And you want to find dx because you want to change dx now to something. How do you take it? You take the 2x to the other side, it'll be du over 2x. Now can I solve? Of course I can solve. So I'm going to get x. What did we say it was x squared plus 5? It was u, so we're going to put u to the power of 6. dx we said was du over 2x. Now, can I solve this? Of course I can. You can cancel x with x. What are you left with? You're left with integral u to the power of 6 du over 2. We want to take the 2 outside because it makes our life way easier. 1 over 2, we're going to take it outside, and it's going to be integral u to the power of 6 du. So what's it going to be? Integral u to the power of 6 is going to be 1 over 2. Integral u to the power of 6 is u to the power of 7 divided by 7. And then du, we put plus c. So it's going to be 1 over 14, u to the power of 7 plus c. What's u? It was x squared plus 5. So 1 over 14, x squared plus 5 to the power of 7 plus c. This is how you integrate using U-substitution. I think خلاص, there's nothing else for me to explain. These questions are fairly easy with a few exceptions, maybe two or three a bit tricky ones. Let's start. Integral x squared plus 1 x plus 2 dx. How do you integrate this? Remember, when you have two binomials, you have to FOIL it. Let's FOIL it. FOIL it and distribute. X squared times x is x cubed. X squared times 2x is 2x squared. 1 times x is x. 1 times 2 is 2. And don't forget the dx. Can I integrate this now? Yes, of course I can. X cubed becomes what? X to the power of 4 divided by new power 4. 2x squared becomes what? Is it 2x squared? Yeah. X, you put the 2 to the side, right? Always put the coefficient on the side. X squared, what does it become? X cubed over 3. Plus, x, what does it become? Increase the power by 1. What does it become? Squared. Divided by the new power, 2. 2, you always, when it's a constant number, you just add x. And what do we always add at the end? C. This is your answer. Question 2. Integral of this dx. Okay, here. Okay. Here, we're going to treat it. Remember, when you're adding something, dividing by something, the denominator is for the whole numerator. So I'm going to split this up into two integrals. Let me show you how. We can split this up into 2x over x to the power 4 plus 5x squared over x to the power 4. I'm sure you all know how to simplify this in dx, huh? طيب, x over x to the power 4 is going to be 2x to the power of minus 3. صح? You can't have x up, x down. You have to simplify. I forgot to give you an example about when you have x in the denominator. Integral of, let's say, 5 over x. You have to take the x up. Similarly to like deriving, you can't keep the x down. It will be 5x to the power of minus 1. And this will be 0 over the, yeah, you know, x squared. Let's say x squared because it won't work. Yes, 5x to the power of minus 2. And when you integrate this, what's going to happen? Take the 5 down, add x power by 1. Minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. Divide by new power, minus 1. So you're going to get minus 5 over x because you have to take the x back down because it's a negative power. This is how you integrate when you have x in the denominator. Here, if I divide, this is x power 1. 1 minus 4 minus 3. So it's going to come 2x to the power of minus 3. 2 minus 4 is minus 2. So it's going to be 5x to the power of minus 2 dx, and you have the integral. طيب, can I integrate this now? Of course I can. Let's start with the first one. Take 2 down. X, take it down. Add minus 3 plus 1, minus 2. Divide by your new power, minus 2. Plus, take 5 down. X down. Add your power by 1, minus 1. Divide your new divide by your new power, minus 1. Now it's simple simplification. 2 by 2. You're gonna still get this. Don't forget about this minus. So minus x to the power of minus 2. And then 1 we don't care about it. So it's gonna be minus 5 x to the power of minus 1. But we just take this negative up, huh? Okay, obviously we can't have negative powers, so we have to take them down. So it's gonna be 1 over squared minus 5 over x. So let's see here. Oh, plus c. Plus c. You can't forget the constant. Okay, so it's gonna be this one. They just switched the orders. There's nothing wrong with that, I guess. But, and I wrote it like this, descending powers. Okay, question 3. Given w is this, what's the value of w of 0 minus w of 1? Basically, we have to integrate and substitute numbers. They gave you this example. This example is habal. I'm just gonna sum it up for you quickly. Can I make it bigger? Okay. Oh no, it's too big. Type. Over here, we can't keep our x down. So we're gonna make it 40x. 2x squared minus 1 to the power of minus 2 dx. Type. Now we have to simplify. Can we integrate this? Remember, and I told you, anytime you see under a power more than one number, then you have to use what? U-substitution. What do we say? We say in the exam you have to say set u equals whatever. I'm gonna make it easier for you. U equals what? What do we make u? Always the thing that's under the power. 2x squared minus 1. So what will du be? Always du equals u prime dx. What's u prime? Derive this. 2 times 2, 4x. And 1 doesn't get derived, so it's going to be 4x dx. So what's dx going to be? Take 4x to the other side, du over 4x. Can I integrate now? Yes. 40x. We said 2x squared minus 1 is u. And then dx is what? du over 4x. Let's see. X with x. 40 divided by 4 will be 10. So this is going to be integral 10 to the power of u to the power minus 2 du. Let's take the 10 out. Integrate u to the power minus 2. What do you get? You get u, add 1 to the power minus 1, divided by your new power minus 1, and then plus c. Minus 1 we don't care about, we just care about the negative, so it's going to be 10, negative 10, sorry, u to the power minus 1 plus c. This means take it down because it has to be positive power, so negative 10 over u plus c. And what is my u? 2x squared minus 1. So it's going to be negative 10 over 2x squared minus 1 plus c. What did they say? W of 0 minus W of 1. So you take your calculator and we're going to substitute 0 and 1. Subtract them by each other. Let's see. Negative 10 over 2x squared. So obviously 0 squared will just be 0 minus 1. And then he said minus W of 1. So negative 10 over 2, 1 squared. 2, 1 squared minus 1. 20. Okay. Question 4. These are questions that are all going to come. Until now, every question I solved, I'm certain will come. Also, this one will come. This is also my prep list now. People will see, they're going to be like, yo, what is this? I mean, it's so easy. This is a sad question. Paul and Andrew were hired to tile a large hall of area 325 square feet. Okay. So the total area, A total, is going to be 325. Paul can lay on average 15 feet in 20 minutes. So what's his speed? Let's call it his speed. Speed is equal to, I don't know, say distance divided by time. The distance here is 15 and the time is 20. Okay, this is the speed of Paul. Okay, I'm writing all this down because it's going to make things way easier. Okay, Andrew can lay 20 feet in 15 minutes. So the speed of Andrew is going to be his distance divided by his time, so 20 over 15. Okay, Paul started the job and worked alone, and then he was replaced by Andrew, and it took them a total of 4.5 hours to complete the job. How many square feet of tiles did Andrew lay? So time of Paul plus time of Andrew is equal to 4.5 hours. I'm gonna make it minutes because all of my times are minutes. So we're gonna multiply by 60. You're gonna get 270. Okay, طيب. Let's see. What is the time of Paul? I have an equation for this, right? Distance over time of Paul is equal to 15 over 20. I can swap this. Distance over time of Paul is equal to speed of Paul. Sorry, I should have written this. If I swap, you guys, if you have x divided by n is equal to y, if you swap, you can swap n and y, it will be x over y is equal to n. And you can swap these two numbers and divide, it will be the same thing. So here, I can swap the time of Paul with the speed of Paul. So it's going to be distance over speed of Paul equals time of Paul. And distance, speed of Paul is 15 over 20. So distance over 15 over 20 is equal to time over Paul. When you're dividing by a fraction, it's the same thing as saying this. And if you do this, that means you're just flipping. So 15d over 20d. Sorry, 15 over 20. 15 over 20. So you flip it. So it goes 20 over 15. D is equal to time of Paul. Let's call it, we're talking about Paul here. So time of Paul is 20 over 15d. And time of Andrew. Wait. No. I'm sorry. Okay, I was solving all wrong. In the last steps, okay, I don't know why I raised it all. I could have kept a bit. But let me go back. I'm gonna go back to the equation I wrote here. Time of Paul plus time of Andrew is equal to 270. And area total is 325. So area total is equal to 325. We know that here, we know speed is, let's say, area divided by time. Ahsan. Okay, so the speed of Paul is equal to area of Paul divided by time of Paul. which is 15 divided by 20. Okay, so area of Paul is equal to the speed of Paul times the time of Paul, right? If you cross multiply. The speed of Paul is 15 over 20. The time of Paul, we're just going to keep it as time of Paul. That's AP. How about Andrew? The area of the speed of Andrew is going to be the area of Andrew divided by the time of Andrew, صح? How much was he? 20 over 15. Can I find now the area of Andrew an expression? Yes, because area of Andrew is going to be equal to speed of Andrew times the time of Andrew. So it's going to be 20 over 15 time of Andrew. Okay, so I have the area of Paul, I have the area of Andrew. We know that the total area combined is 325. So area of Paul plus area of Andrew is equal to 325. Let me substitute 15 over 20 time of Paul plus 20 over 15 time of Andrew is equal to 325. Can I find an expression for the time? Yes, I can. If you take let's say TP to the other side, you're going to get time of Andrew is 270 minus TP. So you're going to go back here, time of Andrew, substitute 270 minus TP. So 15 over 20 TP plus 20 over 15 time of Andrew, which is 270 minus TP, equals 325. And this is just a system of equations. 15 over 20 over 15 times 270, so times 20 over 15. You have to distribute, huh? You get 360 minus 20 over 15 TP, and here you have 15 over 20 TP equals 325. And I'm sure you all know how to solve this equation. 15 over 20 minus 20 over 15 over 20 minus 20 over 15, you get minus 7 over 12. So minus 7 over 12 TP is equal to what? Take 360 to the other side. We cancel this with this. Take 360 to the other side. You're going to get minus 35. So how do you solve this? You're just going to, since you're multiplying here, take to the other side, you have to divide. So minus 35 divided by minus 7 over 12, which was our answer we just got on the calculator. You get 60. So the time of Paul is 60. Okay. What do they want? They want the square feet of Andrew. The area of Andrew is 20 over 15 time of Andrew. So I'm still missing the time of Andrew. Can I find time of Andrew? Yes, we know time of Paul plus time of Andrew is 270. So time of Paul is 60. So 60 plus time of Andrew is 270. So you do 270 minus 60. Time of Andrew is 210. So you go 20 over 15 times 210. 210 times 20 over 15. You get 280. So in the exam, if you want a simpler way, I'm going to try and squeeze it here. Let me see. Yeah, I can't really skip any steps here. Maybe write down total area is 320. So you have to say area P plus area A is 325. And then find an expression for each area. Each area would just be the speed and then times the time of that person. So just memorize 15 over 20 TP plus 20 over 15 TA gets you the total area. Then you said the total time. So it's going to be TP plus TA is equal to that total time, which is minutes, which is here. So you get two equations, which I think you can directly solve in your calculator. Let me see. If you have TP, TA. So let's call this X, let's call this Y. So I can solve it on my calculator. TP would be what? Let me see here. TP, we said, sorry, for the distance, the total was 325. And we said the area of P would be the speed of P times time of P. Speed of P was 15 over 20 TP. Yeah, 15 over 20 TP plus the area of A would be speed of A times time of A. So 20 over 15 time of A. If you get your calculator, mode 5, I don't know if every calculator has this. You have two equations. Let's call this A, let's call this B. So you can 1, 270. Then 15 over 20. And then 20 over 15. 325, you can get x equals 60 فيعني TP is 60, and then they should give you TA is 210. Yes, TA is 210. So now you directly know TA is 210. You can go and substitute into the area of Andrew 210, and you're gonna get 280. uh, question 5. I don't like these sad questions. They're هبل, really, they're very stupid. The above system of equation has a unique solution. Okay, whatever. Guys, x equals minus 3y. Go here to x, substitute minus 3y. Plus 4y is 9. Y is equal to 9. MashaAllah. Like, inshallah this comes, guys, and I'm not sad about these questions. It's like question 4, it's the stupid sad questions. If you're doing the SAT, you must know these, huh? Find the value of a at which the given system has more than one solution. Okay, obviously we have to substitute here. 3x plus 6y equals 1 over 5. Let's change it to be 1 over 5 minus 6y. Then divide by 3, so it's going to be x is equal to 1 over 3 times 1 over 5 minus 6y, because I just divided by 3 on both sides. So it's going to be 1 over 15 minus 18y. So here we're going to substitute 1 over 15 minus 18y. So a 1 over 15 minus 18y plus 10y is equal to 1 over 3. Wait. I just found a way easier solution. You have the coefficients of x and coefficients of y. 3 over a is 6 over 10. Cross multiply, you're going to get a is equal to 5. And that's it. So I'm just going to double check this solution because I don't want to bore you with the long solution like I did for question 4. Let me see. Yeah, guys, it's correct. Adi, you can do it. Question 7. Okay, now finally we're back to integrals. Integral 49 x squared root x dx. Okay, integral 49 x squared root x dx. We have to simplify this. You can't keep a root. So it's going to be 49 x squared. X turns into half, right? Here we're multiplying them by each other, and you can easily simplify this because x squared times x to the power of 1 over 2, you just add the exponents, and it's going to be root 49 x to the power of 5 over 2 dx. Can you integrate this? Of course you can. Take the 49 to the side, add 1 to your exponent, it's going to be 7 over 2, divided by 7 over 2, plus c. طيب, when you're dividing by a fraction, I like to take the denominator up. You can do it on your calculators, and I don't like. Immediately, when you're dividing by a fraction, the numerator stays down, and the denominator goes up. Okay? X to the power of 7 over 2. So let's simplify it a bit here. 49 divided by 7 is actually 7. 2 times 7 is 14. X to the power of 7 over 2 is actually square root of x to the power of 7. Because, denominator goes as the index. Numerator stays as the power inside. And this can be changed to this. Right? And this can go out as x cubed. This is how you get it, and obviously don't forget your plus c. Question 7, as the 8. Okay, this one's a bit tricky, okay? A curve for which d squared y over dx squared is equal to 6x minus 18 has a stationary point at 2, 3. The equation of the curve is what? When they say this basically means y double prime. Because, y prime is dy over dx. Y double prime, so you get y to dy over dx to d squared y over dx squared. This is the second derivative. So we want to go back all the way to y. And to do that, you can't do it in one step. You have to integrate once, then integrate twice. Type. Let's start with d squared y. It's 6x minus 18. dx, integrate, let's see. 6, take it to the side. Add exponent to x, it's going to come squared, and divide by your exponent, divide by 2. Minus 18, you just add an x to it, and you put plus c. This becomes 3x squared minus 18x plus c. طيب, see here, They said stationary point 2 comma 3. Do you know what this means? It means you can substitute in your equation 2 comma 3 to find c. Remember we used to have y equals mx plus b, and we used to find مثلا the slope is 2x plus it's 2x, and we need to find b, right? But we knew that 3 comma 1 was a point, so you substitute y and you substitute x, and then you can find b. Same exact thing here. Substitute 2 comma 3, so 3 is equal to 3 times 2 squared minus 18 times 2 plus c. 3 is going to be equal to 3 times 2 squared is 3 times 4 times is 12. 18 times 2, 36 plus c. 12 minus 36 is minus 24 plus c is equal to 3. So you're going to get c is equal, take minus 24 to the other side, 27. Okay, this is plus c is equal to 3. Okay. So now I know that this is actually technically y prime, right? Is 3x squared minus 18x plus 27. Right? طيب. Let's keep this as y prime because I'm gonna need it later. Okay? طب هنا did they ask me to find y or y prime? They said y. So I have to what? Integrate one more time. 3x squared minus 18x plus 27 dx. Integrate. Take the 3 down. Add 1 x cubed over 3. Divide by the new power, yeah? Minus 18. Take it down. X add 1 squared divided by your new power 2. 27, you just add an x, right? And then again, plus c. Cancel, cancel. 18 divided by 2, I'm going to simplify it a bit. X cubed minus 18 divided by 2, 9. X squared plus 27x plus c. Again, can I find the c? Yes. It's still the same curve, so you can substitute 2 comma 3. This is now y. Okay, so any the whole point of doing... Oh, they got 24. Okay, wait. I just realized why they got 24, because... Let me erase this. Here, when they say it's a stationary point, that means y prime is equal to 0 at x equals 2. But the original y equals 3 at this x2. Anyway, so here, when I said this and I substitute x equals 2, I should have changed this here into 0. Okay, and they trick you. This is 99% gonna come tomorrow. 100%. You know, I'm telling you, this is gonna come tomorrow. I'm telling you, it's gonna come. Okay, so if you get this, you're gonna get c equals 24. Very easy. So you go now. Now you know that y prime is equal to 3x squared minus 18x plus 24. And then you want to integrate this, right? So integral 3x squared minus 18x plus 24 dx. And you're going to get, take 3 down, it's going to become x cubed divided by new power 3 minus 18, x becomes x squared divided by 2. And then 24 becomes 24x, and obviously you have your constant of integration c. Cancel, cancel, you're going to get x cubed minus 9x squared plus 24x plus c. To find the constant of integration, now you can substitute 2 and 3 because it's on the curve. This is on the curve y. Y is different than y prime. Okay, so you can substitute now 2 comma 3, so it's going to be 2 cubed minus 9 times 2 squared plus 24 times 2 plus c is equal to 3. You're going to get 8 minus 36. It's minus 8 minus 36 is going to be 28. 28 plus 54. Hold up. I'm just going to do something calculate. I can't be bothered. 8 minus 36 plus 24 times 2 is 48. Then 3 minus, take it to the other side, 3 minus answer, you get minus 17. You get C is minus 17. The x coordinate of the point of the local minimum and maximum. Okay, here we just do what? Y prime is equal to 0. صح? What was our y prime? It was this. 3x squared minus 18x plus 24 equals 0. Depending on whether or not you have an integral calculator or not, you have to use the quadratic formula. So it's going to be minus b plus minus root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And then let's find our discriminant, b squared minus 4ac. So 18 squared minus 4 times 3 times 24. You get 36. So it's going to be minus b. So minus 18 plus minus root 36 over 2 times 36. So you're going to get, let's see, minus 18 plus root 36 is 6 over 6. You get 4. And you get if you change it to minus, you should get 2. Also, it was given one of the stationary points was 2. Yeah, 2. Okay. Now, which one's minimum, which one's maximum? Since you have the second derivative already, I'm not going to use the first derivative test and do table of sign وما بعرف شو. You remember, if you just substitute your x coordinate into your second derivative, if it's positive, it's a minimum. If it's negative, it's maximum. So let's see here. X equals 4. Let's substitute 6 times 4 minus 18. You're going to get, it's going to be 24 minus 18. You're going to get 6, which is greater than 0. So it's x equals 4 is a minimum. And then if you do 6 times 2 minus 18, you're going to get minus 6, which is less than 0. So that means x equals 2 is a maximum. There you go. Question 9. Given that f of x is this, and the graph of f of x passes through the point 1, 20, find an expression for f of x and find f of 4. Integral 4 over root x plus 10x to the power of 4 dx. Change this into half and take it up. So it's going to be integral 4x to the power of minus half plus 10x to the power of 4 dx. Let's separate our integral. Let's solve this one first. 4 integral x minus half. What does it be? Minus half plus 1 is half. Divide now by the new power, divide by half. Plus 10, take it to the side. X to the power 4 becomes 5, divided by the new power, 5. Plus c. Let's see. 4 divided by half is actually 8. You can do it on your calculator. And this is going to be root x plus 10 over 5 is 2. X to the power 5 plus c. They said it passes through 1, 20. So we're going to substitute 1, 20. Okay, let's call this. I don't know why. Okay, so 8 root 1 plus 2 times 1 to the power 5 plus c is equal to 20. So you're going to get 8 plus 2 plus c is equal to 20. So c is equal to 10. So you're going to get that the expression is actually 8 root x plus 2x to the power 5 plus 10 equal to y. So let's substitute 4. You're going to get 8 root 4 plus 2 times 4 to the power 5 plus 10. Let's do it in our calculator. You're going to get 8 root 4 is 16 plus 2 times 4 to the power of 5 plus 10, 2074. Okay. Question 10. F of x is this. What's f of 6 minus f of 3? So we need to obviously integrate. When you're subtracting, you don't need c, because the c's are going to get cancelled. They're going to be plus c here, and it's going to be plus c here. They're going to cancel because you're subtracting. Okay. Let's integrate. 120 over x squared will be 120. Oh, shit. 120 x to the power of minus 2. Please don't waste your time and then write it all. Just you see it in the denominator, take it up, make it negative. Okay. Dx, so you're going to get 120. Add 1 is going to become minus 1 divided by minus 1 plus c, right? Okay, so you're going to get 120 over x plus c, negative 120 because the negative is here. And you take it down because it's a negative power, plus c. F of 6 minus f of 3, so minus 120 over 6 plus c minus 120 minus, so minus 120 over 6. Sorry, not 6, 3. Plus c. Plus c minus plus c. Minus 120 minus minus. So you're going to get, you should get 20. Minus 120 divided by 6. Minus 120 divided by 3. You're going to get 20. Question 11. The process of finding antiderivatives is called integration. Okay, what is this question? Question 12. Integrate. Okay, very easy, guys. Integrate 16x. Take 16 to the side. X is going to become, add the power, 4, divided by the new power, 16 over 4. You get 4x to the power of 4. Remember, always add the power and divide by that new power. Okay? Add 1 and divide by that new power. Obviously, plus c, huh? But I didn't write it because it's already there. Question 13. If, by the way, if they ask you and there's no plus c, you have to type it, huh? You really have to type it. Okay. Given f of x dx is 10x plus c, then 8 f of x dx is what? Okay. This is a question. Basically, it's the rule. If you have 8 times something in integration, it's the same as 8 outside times the integral. Right? So they told us that the integral is actually equal to 10x plus c. So if it is the same as 8 times 10x plus c, so you're going to get 80x plus c. Please don't say it's 8c. Okay, no, this is wrong. Okay. You get 80x plus c. The c, you don't multiply and divide by it. And when writing, you just keep it as c. You don't say plus 8c. You never say this in math. Question 14. 60x, if it's just a constant number, you just add an x beside it. Simple as. Question 15. How many questions is there? 20. 21 root x dx is ax to the power of n. Okay. 21 root x is the same as 21x to the power of half dx. Add a power. You're going to take 21 to the side and then add a power. Half plus 1 is 3 over 2, and divide by your new power, 3 over 2 plus c. طيب. 21 divided by 3 over 2 is 14. X to the power of 3 over 2 plus c. X to the power of 3 over 2 is root x cubed, right? Which is 14 x root x plus c. What do they want? They want it in terms of n. Okay. So you don't have to change it into radical. Keep it like this. Okay. Because they didn't say root, they just said power n. So أكيد 14 is my a, n is 3 over 2. Okay, question 16. Given f of x is 10x plus c, integral f of x is 10x plus c, integral g of x is 50x plus c, then what is integral f of x plus g of x? Guys, what is this question? Integral of a sum is equal to the integral. You can split it up. You can separate the integral. And we know this is 10x plus c. And we know this is 50x plus c. Add 60x plus c. Please remember, you can never say 2c, half c, 8c, never. Okay? Integral of this, yalla. 8 goes down. X, add a power, becomes 4. Divide by your new power, divide by 4. Minus 6. X, add a power. Cube, divided by the new power, cube. As a 3, sorry. Plus. 4 is a constant, so you just add an x beside it. 8 over 4, 2x to the power 4. Plus c, huh? 6 divided by 3 is 2x cube. And then plus 4x plus c. Question 18. A curve that passes through 3, 0 has its gradient x, y, given by dy over dx is 3x squared minus 1. So they gave you the derivative. What is the equation of the curve? How do you find the equation? Guys, just integrate. Integral 3x squared minus 1 dx. What do you get? 3, take it down. X, add the power, cube. Divided by your new power, divide by 3. Minus 1, since it's a constant number, you just add x. Always plus c. 3 with 3, you get x cubed minus x plus c. Can I find c? Of course I can. It's 3, 0. صح. Okay. So, x cubed minus x plus c, substitute 3. So, it's going to be 3 cubed minus 3 plus c is equal to 0. So, you're going to get 27 minus 3, 24 plus c is equal to 0. So, c is equal to minus 24. So, you're going to get that it's going to be x cubed minus x minus 24. This is your equation. Question 19. Very easy questions, by the way, huh? Okay, here. Okay, U-substitution. Obviously, we have U-substitution. Always, I told you, to know if you need U-substitution, you check your integral. Can you solve this integral if you have a sum if you have a polynomial under the power? No, you can't, right? So you always follow these steps. Set u to be your polynomial, x squared minus 1. Find du. Always du is u prime dx. What's u prime? 2x, and then you say dx. What would dx then be? Dx is going to be du over u prime, right? So du over 2x. Now, can I solve? Of course I can. So it's going to be integral 5x, x squared, sorry, u to the power of 8. Why u? Because we said x squared minus 1 is my u now, right? 8. And then dx, what did we say it was? Du over 2x. X with x, so you're going to get integral 5 over 2 u to the power of 8. Can I take this 5 over 2 out? Yes, I can. It's going to be 5 over 2. Integral u to the power of 8, what is it? U to the power of 9 over 9, because I add the power and divide by its new power. So you're going to get 5 over 18 u to the power of 9. So you're going to get 5 over 18 plus c, huh? What is u? X squared minus 1. I should put plus c. Always put plus c, guys. Please, please. If you have written exam and you don't put plus c, even in your working, guys, it's wrong, huh? You need to put plus c. 5 over 18 u was x squared minus 1. So it's going to be x squared minus 1 to the power of 9 plus c. Obviously, you can just take it. You can rewrite this like this. All under one denominator. Like this. Question 20. Minus 8x to the power of minus 3 dx. How do you integrate this? Take minus 8 to the side. X, add the power is going to be minus 2, because minus 3 plus 1. Divide by a new power. You're going to get 4x to the power minus 2, which is 4 over x squared. But for some reason, they want you to keep the power up. Obviously, plus c. Okay, plus c, plus c, plus c, plus c. And I'm starting to forget, come on. Question 21. Okay, given that a particle, okay, moving in a straight line has acceleration, it's at rest at x equals 2, t equals whatever. Okay, they should have said, I think they meant t equal to here. Anyway, I don't know what they meant here, but let's just solve. You guys know from x to go to v, you derive. To go from v to a, you derive. So to go from a back to v, you integrate. To go from v to x, you integrate. We have a, we want x. How do we do it? You have to pass by v, right? So to go from a to v, let's integrate. So it's going to be integral 3t squared plus 2t. And if you write this in the written exam, you say dt, because we're integrating with respect to t. So let's integrate 3t down. Add the power comes cube, divide by that power. 2t down, add the power, it becomes 2, because it was 1, add 1 becomes 2, and divide by a new power. And you say plus c. This becomes this cancel, t cubed plus t squared plus c. This is the velocity. They said this is instantaneously at rest at t equals 1. That means at t equals 1, what does v equal? 0. That means here I can substitute to find my c, because before I integrate again, I need to know my c, guys. So vt is 0 at t equals 1. So 1 cubed plus 1 squared plus c. So you're going to get c is equal to minus 2. So vt is actually what? T cubed plus t squared minus 2. Now, what are they asking for? They want x, so I have to integrate again. So integral, you have to say x of t, by the way. If this is written in exam, you say xt is equal to integral v dt. And the same thing here, vt, I should have written vt is the integral of a dt. You have to say these things to show the exam, to show your corrector that, oh, I actually know what I'm doing. I'm not just writing random integrals. Okay, so this is going to be equal to integral t cubed plus t squared minus 2, which is going to be equal to what? T, add the power 4, divided by a new power 4. T squared, add the power, becomes cubed, divided by a new power, over 3. Minus 2, just add a t beside it. Oh, I should have written dt here. And then plus c. We know that it's also at rest at x equals 2. So here they told us in the question, so it was actually x equals 2, not t equals 2. X equals 2 and t equals 1. At t equals 1, v equals 0, right? And also at t equals 1, x equals 2. That's what they're trying to say. So that means if you substitute 1, you get x is 2. So x of 1 is equal to 2. So let's substitute 1 to the power of 4 over 4 plus 1 to the power of 3 over 3. Minus this minus here. Minus 2 times 1 is just 2. So minus 2 plus c is equal to, how much is the distance at 1 second? It's 2. If you solve this, you're going to get on your calculator 41 over 12. So you're going to get that the equation for x of t is equal to t4 over 4 plus t3 over t3 over 3 minus 2t plus 41 over 12. Question 2. 120 over x to the power 4 integrate. Okay, we take, quickly save yourself time, take it up. Integrate this, 120 goes down, add 1 to the power becomes minus 3 divided by minus 3 plus c. And you're going to get 120 divided by minus 3 is minus 40, x to the power of minus 3 plus c. They want you to keep it like this. Very easy. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck in your exam.